Sorry, can you
هناك
repeat the question?
من هناك الوضع كيف، وهل هناك عمل بكندا وهيك؟
So like in terms of the work.
Sorry,
مش عم نسمع. That's
sorry,
a volume. Sorry.
yeah, can you put the volume up, Bilal?
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
What is the situation there? Is the work?
Okay, so yeah, so the situation and work. So it's tough for somebody who is in high school. So if you want to get a part-time job, or if you want to get a job in high school, you're not going to find more than 15 an hour. It's very rare. If you have experience, you'll get up to 20. But for work, it's actually pretty good. We have good opportunities in Calgary. Alberta's very, very good for work opportunity. Oil is very good. Technology is amazing. Logistics, psychology is amazing. Employment is very good here, because we have so many females who are getting into this industry now, that it's kind of the more opportunity. It's more needed. I don't know if that's a good thing, because it's not good that a lot of people need psychologists, but it's good for the economy, and we have good employment rate. Most people here are employed. If you get education, you're rarely gonna be unemployed. So don't worry about that.
Yes. What do you prefer, Canada or Lebanon, and why?
I haven't lived in Lebanon, but based on my visits, if the economy was better, I would live in Lebanon. I like the country. I like the way it looks. I like the people, the food. You won't get beaches here. You have lakes, beautiful. We have amazing mountains, but you can't beat Lebanon. It's like not a good comparison even.
Yeah,
but for
Lebanon is beautiful.
Yeah. But for work, clean, it's very clean city, very clean country, and everybody's so nice here. We're very polite. Like if you're from somewhere else, you will not face discrimination.
Yeah, they're
But
so
it's
good.
very cold. But it's very cold in Canada. The weather is very cold.
Even right now.
Oh,
yeah.
right now it's freezing. We're cold.
I'm freezing.
Oh,
But
man.
Lebanon
Oh,
is
we
at
hope to see you soon in Lebanon.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, if we ever come and visit, would love
Because
to
we
come.
have the biggest plate. Tabbouleh.
Invite me, please.
Yeah, it's a beautiful country. I wish, but money, work doesn't give you much time.
I'm gonna tell you something, guys. And you guys are all worried, like when you come here, if you were to travel, how are you gonna be treated? Are people gonna judge you? We have people, مثل ما هلا he was saying, East Indian, Chinese, Pakistani, Ukrainian, Russians. عنا من كل دول الدنيا كلها is in Canada and in Alberta, especially Calgary. Everybody speaks differently. There are people بيحكوا كلمتين too, and you can understand them. And people understand them and they respect them. Do you know what I mean? Like I can ask them again, sorry, I didn't understand. What was your question? And I can correct them, and they love that. That I can say, you said this, that's not how you say it, sweetheart. Say it this way. We have new workers at our salon. There came new from Iran and one from Ukrainian. English. They're starting to learn to speak English working with us because it's always English speaking. So they're memorizing. Do you remember when I told you guys the last meeting we had? I told you it's memory. مثل هلا Bilal. He knows Arabic because he heard it at home. He remembered. He memorized. Do you get what he didn't read it. He didn't learn Arabic by reading. I didn't learn Arabic by reading. I learned it by listening and hearing and asking questions. And you guys do the same thing. Don't ever be shy. Don't ever feel like you're going to be حدا يعني إنه if I had to correct you تحسي حالك أنت أقل. You're lesser than anybody else. You're not. You guys are doing something and it's beautiful. عم تحكوا إنجليزي and I can hear you guys. We're understanding you.
Better than most people.
You speak better English than me. Is it Sonia? لا مش Sonia. شو اسمها آية يمكن؟ يا آية.
She's amazing.
إنجليزي better than me. You have such beautiful, your accent is beautiful. It is so, how can I say it? Your English is very clear, very.
Everybody really.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you one thing. Nobody I've talked to. Sorry, like, go ahead.
I'm an English professor. I'm not a student.
There you go. Don't you need to touch me?
It makes sense now.
There you go. See?
I
That's wonderful.
Really? That's why I speak English since the 3D. That's why.
But even everybody, like, I'm sorry, brother, I didn't remember if it's Amir or Amir. That was good English as well. Like most of my
he's
customers,
perfect.
it's very good. Yeah,
Yes,
like
it is.
I'm trying to say that most people I see that don't know English in my country here, and they got here and they're working, that you guys speak better English than them. I'm telling you right now already. Even though you don't understand everything, you don't know the culture yet, I'm telling you that everybody's always helping each other here. I work in a butcher shop to cut meat for an Iraqi butcher shop. Everybody who comes in, nobody understands English. So I have to speak to them in Arabic. So I'm speaking my second language technically in my country that speaks English because they don't understand. So they look at me and say, "Oh, look at him. He doesn't understand Arabic."
Yeah.
So I'm going through it more than you, and I'm still getting by. Do you know what I mean? So I have to learn now how to understand Iraqis because I now work with them, and I learned. Now I know
Their accent.
shakumaku. Now I know.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? I never knew this.
Shakumaku.
I never knew this stuff. So it took time. It took experience. Don't be afraid. Come with whatever you know. Make sure you're
And
confident.
what's the meaning of shakomako in English or in
No.
Arabic? In Lebanese language.
Shakumako.
Shakumaku. It's like shlonak.
Shlonak.
Like
How are you?
what's up, Doc?
What's
Oh,
up, Doc?
شوفي ما
Like,
في.
yes,
What's up, Doc? Yeah, that's old one.
yes.
So من Looney Tunes. من Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. What's
يعني-
up, Doc?
يعني
Yes.
شوفي ما في شوفي ما
Eh,
في.
Exactly.
like
Yeah. شوفي ما في exactly. What's up, Doc? يعني
القصة هون انه
كيف الحال؟
بصير
That's it.
يعني هون القصة انه بصير في تعليق، يعني بيعلقوا على بعض انه لك كيف عم يلفظ، انه لا ما هو بده يلفظ عم بده يتعلم.
Exactly. هان ما في شيء هيك. Nothing.
The number one thing is don't
Actually,
care what
university-
other people think.
When I was at university, I used to get bullied the way I speak, and I speak perfectly. But when they
Because
see
they
if
think,
you're
yeah, no.
perfect, yeah, if you were perfect and if you were not perfect, both ways they are gonna speak.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
there's no judgment here. It's because everybody's trying to learn, and it's because you need to put your ego aside. I don't know ego in Arabic.
الإيجو يعني عزة النفس تاع العرب.
يعني
عرفت ما بيقولوا you know
بنقول
عزة نفس.
إيجو.
أنا الأعلى.
بنقول إيجو كمان.
الأنا. Yeah.
ego.
الأنا.
Yeah. Okay. So the ego, حطوها like aside. Don't worry about it when you're speaking. Like when I speak Arabic, I know I sound like a Canadian. I know, but I speak because I need to have the confidence, or else nobody will understand me. And then my whole life, I struggle. So if you sound funny, if you sound different, it's okay. Everybody sounds different. You look different. There's no judgment. Me personally, I get more judgment from, let's say, I'll say like Arabic people who tell me, "Oh, why are you saying I'm?" or "Why are you saying let's go, not let us go?" I'm like, because it's both right. They're both right. You learned in school, back home, it's let us go. But you can say let's go because it's always changing. But both are right. It's okay. You're not going to get punished.
Mr. Bilal, what do you think about marriage? And if you want to do it, you'll marry for an Arabic lady or maybe Canadian one?
Oh, you're asking personal preference. Like I personally, I'm not ready, so I don't know. But I would say my people, like a Lebanese girl, preferably.
Why, Bilal? Absolutely, you
I
have your own
personally
reasons.
think I have a good reason. I do have already off the top of my head. We have something here. We have something here called identity crisis. Okay, so identity crisis is when you yourself grow up you grow up kind of without identity. You grow up lost. You grow up thinking that sorry, just one moment.
Oh, take your time.
Sorry. Yeah. So the reason for that is I believe in the identity crisis is a big problem in this country for Lebanese people. We have a lot of people who are Lebanese who come right from Lebanon to Canada and immediately forget that they were Lebanese to begin with. They forget they want to be Canadian. They want to live like Canadians. They want to forget about all the values they have back home that their parents taught them. And I think that's something that destroys a home, because I see a lot of my friends who they start to act out. They start to act like different cultures. They start to lose themselves and have mental problems. They start to say, am I Canadian? Am I Lebanese? Am I Mexican? Am I Chinese? They won't really know. I don't see a problem with it. Anybody can do whatever they want. They're free to do it. That's my opinion. But my preference is that I think it's healthier, and it's honestly it's a pride thing. I have pride in my culture, and I want to maintain it for my future, so that my son and my daughter can be that and have that language.
Leonardo, and then you asked a question about why he chooses an Arab girl than a Canadian, right?
Yes,
I'm going to give you yes, you did ask. A lot of people, like especially men that come from Lebanon, Iraq, any دول عربي بيجوا لهان, the first thing they want to do is date a Canadian girl. I'm with a white girl. I'm gonna, I'm gonna learn from her, or I'm gonna try and make it work. But there, as much, even if you are born and raised here, we raised him to know he is Lebanese. He has culture. He has to respect girls, has to respect people. You know what I mean? You can't use girls. When you get married to a Canadian and a Lebanese, you're going to have problems with culture, with the people that you know, and how you raise your children.
Not always, but here
most
it's a
of the
lot,
time, it will. It's a conflict with your children, especially. How am I going to raise my kids? What do I want my kids to know?
Exactly.
I
Yes.
want my kids to know what we were born into. I'm born into the Muslim religion, right? I'm born as a Lebanese. I teach my children what I learned and what I believe in too, of course.
Origin.
I have to believe in it. Even if I was born into it, I need to believe in it. So it's easier for them to connect with an Arabic girl or an Arabic guy because culture, it's a culture shock.
Exactly.
You don't want that
Yeah.
because it will ruin your children's future.
like even from personal experience, like she's not wrong. I grew my whole life only school here, elementary to high school. I have plenty of opportunities to do so. I like again, it's very easy to date in this country. It's not like Lebanon where there's parents involved. It's no parents. Like everybody is very different here. So
حرية كتير.
yes, and there's it's different. And I personally, my value, they align more with Lebanon. So that's kind of naturally what happened. Not to say it's wrong. Again, I'm not saying you can't or shouldn't, but through personal experience, the Lebanese families here, they seem to get used to it quicker when they do that.
Okay, Bilal, you said that culture is really important just to have. What about traditions? Is it what do you think?
That's a good question. Can you give me an example of one tradition, like so I can tell you if
Like,
I?
for example, the things that we have raised up. For example, because I'm a man of a certain country or place, I have to marry a girl of the same neighborhood or the same maybe family or something like that. Even though that maybe I cannot choose my own life, not only in marriage but also in studying. Maybe because my father. Let me give you an example. My father before wanted me just to study philosophy. I didn't like it. So you can't, and to be honest, enforce me to do something I don't like. And when I studied
Exactly.
English, he will get angry of me. And
I see what you mean now. Okay.
he didn't.
I'm going through the same thing. Yeah. I'm going through the same thing right now, actually. Yeah.
And he did talk to me
Yeah.
even for years because I didn't,
Sorry for that.
to be
Yeah.
honest, do what he really did. So I feel that it's something, how can I say it? Something naive, something really silly. It's just to, I don't,
Yes.
what do you think?
I personally, and I have a very, very different view on this. So I'll start with a question. Do you remember our culture before we were Lebanese?
Yes, I do.
What were we?
It's just something, they are too much, but something I not only
It's like
Lebanese.
along the lines of
Yeah,
Phoenician, Canaanite. Okay.
exactly.
They had so many different traditions and cultures than us, but they were the same people, and we continued just fine. And we continued living, and nobody died because anybody chose to have a different job, and nothing changed. And alhamdulillah, like we're all still here. You know, our people survived. The grand scheme of things is the big is what matters. The little things such as what is my son gonna do to make my reputation look good? This doesn't exist here. Very
Thanks,
rare. It exists in very small communities. Like my dad, he tells me, I want you to become a police officer, maybe twice a day. Okay. I tell him, Baba, I don't want to do this. It's not who I am. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And he's like, ما هيك بلبنان كنا هيك قبضاي whatever. And I'm telling him, I'm like, okay, but a man هلا it's different. You can be a man and not have to go punch somebody and kill somebody, and to show yourself. Things change, tradition changes. What you should maintain is the value. We should value our families, our kids, our food, our homeless, the single mothers, the single fathers, the widowed. We should value these things. These are good. One thing we shouldn't value is our reputation when our kid chooses to do something he loves. My dad now he understands because he grew up in this country. We're taught this here.
I can see a picture behind you. Is that him?
This is my grandfather, but I'm going to show you him more because this man here, he raised me, not my father actually. So Jiddi Allah yarhamu, he was a good man. He taught me how to pray, how to speak Arabic, and how to do basically everything like dabki, all this stuff.
Amazing.
I learned, exactly. I learned from one man. That's all it takes. The same way I keep what I have. And sorry, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting names, but you were talking about your son. When he comes here, believe me, the way our generation is going, he's not going to forget he's Lebanese. Never. Like, especially if he has family who he respects, who he honors, and he wants to be like them and emulate them, no way he's going to lose it. He's going to say in his Instagram bio first, Lebanese. He's going to put the flag just to show pride. Because even though people in Lebanon, they say, oh, don't come here, our country's like this, don't forget where we came from. Don't forget our past. We have beautiful, rich history. We have beautiful, rich language. It's beautiful. We have one of the best lughas in the Middle East. Don't lose it.
Origins.
Hi, Bilal.
Thank you.
Hi.
This is Rima.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How are you? You speak the
Good.
same like my daughter do. My daughter live in the US. The same way of thinking. She's Lebanese and proud. Now she has a big problem because she is her fiance is an British guy. Now the tradition from Lebanese and British in this conflict in Gaza. Yes. يعني
Clash of Clans.
They have so many problems now together because she is very sad from what happened. She is sad, and her fiance is maybe not happy, but not sad at all.
I get what you mean. Yeah. So this is because it's so fresh right now. I don't have a better opinion than you. I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what the world thinks. My opinion is that this is a long time coming. It's been
Yeah,
too long.
yeah,
It's been too long. We know the truth because in then you guys live it. This is what I mean by first-hand experience. 2006, 1982, before this, you guys know. So I personally should be asking you the problems that they encounter, your daughter and him. I think it's going to be temporary because stuff like this, it's very tragic, but it's all
yeah.
political. We don't forget it's political, and at the end of the day, we have our lives to live. And no religion, no government tells us put aside everything you have and forget everything you're doing and just go fight. Nobody says this. So
Yeah.
it's like don't fight with the people you love because of something that we understand 50% of.
She doesn't fight, but she feels that she can't maybe talk يعني, or make a conversation about this problem.
Express her feelings.
Different culture at all. What you said a little قبل شوي is the same what she feels now. She can't be involved in this
Conflict the way she wants to. Huh?
yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So like me personally, because I don't have that kind of relationship, I post all the time. I can't have that freedom. For somebody who doesn't, I think that's a result of what the whitewashing of our culture has done. And do you know what I mean by whitewash?
Not very well. No.
Okay, so whitewash, like if somebody comes from Lebanon and then they come to Canada and they want to be like a Canadian and they forget how to speak Arabic or they pretend they don't know how.
Okay.
So they just
Yes.
pretend. Yani they want to
They
act Canadian.
pretend that they're Canadian.
That's
They're
it.
white. يعني غسيل دماغ whitewashed.
No, that's my daughter. Don't make this wash.
No. I'm not saying she did. I'm saying
Lebanese, and
that's a result.
she's proud of this. And I
Of course,
think I told her before that my daughter, you can't be very happy with something from different culture. That's why, and I think you must maybe be married with someone Lebanese people or Arabic people at least. But she falls in love. This is
Again,
the
yeah,
problem.
you can't knock it, right? And you can't tell somebody, right? But because tradition changes, we can't be like our parents, right? Sometimes you gotta follow the times if it's not gonna harm them. So if your daughter's not getting hurt, then we shouldn't have to stop her, no? But the
No,
problem
I don't stop her. I
no,
don't.
of course, yeah, I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying right now the problem, it seems to be that with the Arab world, most of us are on Palestine's side, no? So, and then the Western side, like the rest of the world, they're not on Palestine's side. So,
Yes.
as long as we can accept this, you just need to accept this one thing. I think you can get along perfectly fine, but this is not a topic you can find common ground. I don't think so. It's like very black and white. It's like this one topic specifically. I'm not saying everything, but because it's so fresh, I think you're on one side or the other, and you can't really like start saying, "Oh, but maybe we're both right." Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Yes.
So I can't find a solution really. The world's trying to find.
No, not.
Yeah.
We want a solution. We only
Yeah.
discuss the problem. But
Yeah.
she's very fine. She's fine.
Alhamdulillah, that's good.
she works.
Advice is just never talk about politics when you're in a
Yeah.
relationship. Don't
No,
involve politics.
yes, she told me that she will not speak. She doesn't care at all. Also, she lives there, but sometimes she's sad from news. Only
Of course.
this. Yeah.
Like we had this problem at work yesterday when it comes to politics. We all work together. One of the hairstylists was talking to a client of hers about what's going on. And they were talking about how they agree with the Israelis. Nahna, we're a salon that have a lot of Arab, we're Arab owners. One of the men heard her and they had a huge problem. We had to go and actually speak with both that you can't talk about politics at work or with anybody. We do not discuss politics because it creates problems.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very big problem.
No politics. You make a rule.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to talk about it. It has nothing to do with me. I'll pray for them and I wish everybody the best, but I got to take care of my life and me.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to.
Sometimes it's the same family. We have different opinion.
Of course we do. Me and my son have different opinions. خلفته and we
discuss. Yes.
You know?
International politics will not be discussed.
No, don't talk about politics. Anna, in my home, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't understand it a lot, but it hurts. And I can't make a difference.
The same.
If I upset myself, if I fight with him, I didn't make a difference. I didn't change what's happening in this world. I'm just making my home miserable.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
You have to learn how to separate.
Yes.
So like an easier way to put it.
You said before, Kamin, about when Arab or stranger people comes to Canada, they can speak in different way. And nobody judge.
It's so normal. It's so normal.
That's what happened with me when I go to US. All people was very nice. I don't speak very well. I don't speak well at all.
You're actually doing very good, to be honest with you. You're speaking very well. I am understanding you.
Yeah, I can maybe. That happened with me. It is very true.
Then if you had a good experience in the US, you'll have an even better one in Canada. We're 10 times nicer.
We are.
No, we are 100%. It's known. Like we think Americans are rude. We say it here in Canada.
It was a good experience for me in US.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm glad you had a good experience.
So nice. And I am يعني أنا محجبة. I go for the first time to US, a second time with my new hijab. I was afraid a little because somebody will look at me not very well. I'm not experienced anything bad. Really.
Yeah.
That's good.
They're accepting.
Yes.
نحن بلبنان in our countries, because they don't have so many different cultures and people there, they're all Arabic. All culture, same culture, so you're used to it, right? There's nothing different. And then when you come outside of that bubble and you experience all these different people and different cultures and religions, it's beautiful.
I personally,
it's beautiful, but before experience this, we are afraid of it.
And that's the one thing.
We take a little bit trust.
Yeah, like I personally, I came to Lebanon and I was shocked because I'm like, everybody looks like me. I'm
like, so nice.
I'm like, they all have beards. I'm like, in Canada, I'm the only 15-year-old with a beard.
How old are you, Bilal? How old are you?
Now I'm 20.
He's going to be 21 in April.
20.
He'll be 21.
My son is 27. He study computer science and he works here at home, from home, يعني online. He has good work from here. I think it is good for you to study IT.
That's what I'm doing
It's
right
good.
now. Yep, it's a good thing to do for the
Yeah, it
future.
is good.
Because I plan on moving.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we as more Lebanese Canadians develop skills here and try to bring it back to Lebanon, maybe we'll make an impact. Maybe we can.
You need the government to support you.
No,
That's the
but
problem.
maybe we can become the government. You know what I mean? Like if enough of us learn our language again, and I have dual citizenship. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a citizen. We have enough people who do this. Maybe we can get Lebanon back to how it was a few years ago. You know?
Yeah, maybe. Hope so. Hope.
Exactly.
Inshallah.
We got to try our best.
Inshallah.
Because I really want to go back to Lebanon.
If not this lifetime, we got to make it easier for the next people, right?
Yeah. Inshallah بصير something good in Lebanon, something change. You can
Inshallah.
come back.
Let's hope
Hopefully.
so.
نيفين نسرين فيكم تحكوا؟
Niveen is about to say something, I think.
نيفين ونسرين.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. Good evening to you as well.
Sorry, I can't speak more because I exist in my parents' home and it's very noisy, very noisy.
I can hear you fine. Like it's not a problem.
If you have a question, ask Nasreen.
But sorry. Yeah, wait a minute.
Don't
Guys.
apologize.
The meeting is going to be, guys, we only have approximately 2 minutes for the meeting to be end. Please, if can we complete Bilal Hayat? Are you up to something or?
Do you guys have time?
Again, guys.
I must leave. So nice to meet you, Bilal and Hayat.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as
Rima.
well.
Dr. Aisha, what do you
I
think?
must leave. Bye bye.
Thank you
Nice to
so
meet
much,
you.
Bilal.
Thank you so much. It was very funny.
Very interesting.
Bye guys. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
إذا نسرين بدها تحكي نسرين ونيفين بدها تحكوا شوي.
Niveen.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll stay. It's okay. I'm on this shit.
Niveen is out, holy God, okay.
نسرين.
So we have Nasreen.
I entered later.
And Nisreen, you can speak if you want.
About what?
I don't know. Maybe you have a question or something to say. Because you have entered the meeting and maybe you have something to
yes,
say.
I entered the meeting مأخرة يعني.
Don't worry. If you have something to say, absolutely we can hear you, Nisreen.
We are here to practice our English.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
So,
we're not talking about nothing. Yeah.
if you have something to say, a piece of advice, for example.
Okay. Honestly, don't be shy. If you're here, if you're talking to anybody, if you want to learn English. Oh, no, I'm not saying like right now. I'm saying in general. Never be shy when you're trying to speak English, like because you're late, but they asked the question before.
I tried to speak,
Yeah.
but I found it is difficult to speak.
By the way, we have less
Honestly,
than 1 minute. So please, guys, I just want to ask Aisha if we have to come back or it is enough. Please, I'm Dr. Aisha.
شو بدك أنت ليوناردو؟ بدك نضل ولا بدك إذا انقطع ترجع؟ شو what do you think?
Let's vote. Let's ask